There's something about coming back here, away from the noise, the distractions, just me and the cold air and the quiet rhythm of the woods and the river, the fire, the birds. I think I needed this. I think I'm craving a transition. Maybe that's why I came here, to sit in this space in between seasons and let it settle into me. To feel the shift, to breathe the stillness before everything blooms again.
When I'm out here, I get this urge to run. Not because I have to, not because I'm trying to get anywhere, just because I can. Just to move, just to feel my body existing. I feel the urge to run often when I'm alone like this. I'm more in tune with my body and just let it guide me. I think I spend so much time ignoring what my body actually wants, overriding instincts, silencing urges, forcing myself to be still when I want to move. But when I'm here, away from schedules, away from expectations, I can listen. I can let my body lead me.
Holy shit. I saved my chopped wood for post cold plunge because it's dry, so it shouldn't smoke so bad. And chamomile tea.
Last week, I posted a video about dating again and how I was putting myself out there, meeting new people and saying yes. And I think I needed to go through that to prove to myself that I could. But after a lot of first dates and a long conversation with my therapist, I think I finally have my answer. I'm not in a rush to find someone. Lately, I've been craving more alone time. Less pressure, less overthinking. I want to spend this season choosing myself, being with my own thoughts, my own energy, my own rhythm, and being here in the woods, by the fire, in the river, in the quiet. I feel deeply at peace with that.
What about this self-confident girl? Guess you really need to be with her. She's so clever and so strong. Will you really need to? Will you really need to meet her? All men are upset. It's a pure necessity to worship her. Look at all the flowers on her dress. Will you really need to? Will you really need to?
The thing about being alone is you realize how much you used to fill space with distractions. How often you reach for your phone or text someone out of boredom or just to avoid the silence. But out here in the middle of the pond and with no one around for miles, there's nothing to distract me. Just the sound of the water, just the wind moving through the trees, just me being here, and that's enough.
I came to this pond so I can do another cold plunge. It's a little bit colder today and it's very windy and the pond is like in the middle of nowhere, so I'm afraid when I get out it's gonna be colder than in the water. But in the river, I don't think I could do like a proper cold plunge because the water is really dirty and I didn't want to put my head all the way under, but we're gonna do it here. So this will be fun.
March is a season of in-betweens. The air is cold, the trees are still bare, but there are signs. small ones, that change is coming. There's no rush. It feels like meditation, a ritual of sorts, one that reminds me to be present. Cold water plunges are their own kind of meditation. Nothing forces you into the present moment quite like this. Because in that moment, nothing else exists. No stress, no thoughts, no distractions, just breath, just sensation. It forces you into the present in a way nothing else can. Your mind fights it, everything says to run, but you stay. It's the kind of rush I've been chasing.
I don't know where I put my keys. I'm so happy that I did that. I was really nervous. I thought that it was gonna be way more painful than it was, and I was nervous that I was gonna die. Found it. Yeah, I was really nervous and it wasn't that bad, so I'm glad I'm taking chances. One of my favorite things about being all alone in the middle of nowhere in the wilderness is playing music as loud as I want, whenever I want. And I take advantage of this every single day. I've been spending my nights just dancing around the cabin, blasting music as loud as I want.
What about this self-confident girl? Guess you really need to be with her. Out past the cornfield when the winds got heavy, front page driving the news. And the sun is young,
Say hi.
restless and awkward teenage blues. Clap your hands and you'll feel stronger. Tomorrow you get another chance. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light. And everybody's gotta run. Look ahead, the sea is calm, and I know we've been through a lot, but just wait. There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. Wipe that frown off your face. When all is done, you'll be a winner.
So life is different than we imagined it would be. We're not the first, we're not the last.
And everybody needs someone.
I used to think that happiness was always somewhere else, some future version of life I hadn't reached yet. I thought I'd find it in moving to a new place, in making big dramatic changes. Lately I've been chasing it in adrenaline rushes, in impulsive decisions that make me feel giddy and alive for a moment. Bad choices aren't always bad, just reckless, a little chaotic, a lot of do it for the plot moments. But that kind of happiness never lasts. It spikes, then disappears, leaving me looking for the next thing to fill the gap. But I think happiness is in small things. It's in a hot cup of tea, a good book you can't stop reading, the kind that pulls you in completely. It's in quiet moments, the ones that you don't have to chase. And maybe I don't need to look for happiness right now. Maybe I just need to let it find me. Maybe that's why I came here. To remember the things I already knew. That silence isn't empty. Cold water can be healing. That fire is a kind of rebirth. That the in-between seasons, the ones that aren't quite winter, not quite spring, are the most beautiful ones of all. And maybe that applies to me too.